Now, thank you again, Sara-Jane and Ralph, for your time. Now, just to start off, a question to either one of you. What does it mean for you and Elika Consulting Group to be part of Te Aratini Indigenous Peoples Week at Expo 2025?
Being here at Te Aratini in Osaka in Japan, as part of this delegation has been absolutely amazing. We've been able to meet primarily with the Canadian and Australian Indigenous peoples, and today we have a big Pacific Day with all the cultures and countries around the Pacific, and to engage in dialogue for Indigenous to Indigenous businesses has been really inspiring. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a great opportunity. It's a global opportunity. It's a opportunity to get a global snapshot of where the rest of the world is in terms of innovation, entrepreneurship, partnership, and economic development. So, being invited to be part of the delegation and to come in and provide some of our own insights, has been really valuable.
That's awesome. And maybe for you, Sara-Jane, you'll be speaking on the UN Indigenous Peoples Day about Indigenous leadership. What key messages do you want your audience to take away?
Oh, yeah, well, it's a blessing because I was able to share about my journey receiving the malu and what the malu means in terms of Indigenous leadership. So I got to share with other Indigenous cultures about what the malu means for me, and also kind of to share about that traditional ceremony of Mesina of Samoa in terms of what tattooing your culture means in that journey. So it was about resilience. It was about being courageous in your identity and sharing who you are with other cultures as well. Yeah. And I think me talking about the Malufi is, over 2,000 years old, and to be able to share how, the marks and the ceremony of the Malufi and receiving the malu is something that our ancestors received as well, and that was a real connection into our Indigenous culture and keeping those customs alive. Yeah.
And just staying with you, Sara-Jane, what do you see as the biggest opportunity for Indigenous women leaders in the Pacific right now?
Oh, I think it's networking and leadership that's really important, to be able to make space to have your voice. Like when you come to Expo 25, there's over 200 countries here in different pavilions, and to have your space to be able to talk about what you do as an Indigenous woman has been really, really exciting, and to share some of the characteristics and traits that make you who you are as an Indigenous Samoan woman, but also being a part of the Te Aratini delegation. ECG was one of the only Pacific businesses that were represented. We were invited to join the delegation to share about what we do in terms of being an Indigenous-owned business and being having the manaakitanga by iwi and Ngahiwi that has led the delegation. It's been a really great opportunity for us to connect with our Māori friends and business owners and those that were involved with the culture and the different ceremonial aspects of the Indigenous week as well. It's been amazing.
And just for you, Ralph, you've contributed to the Tau Hoko Hoko Indigenous and International Trade Research Panel. What Pacific perspectives will you bring to the table, or did you bring to the table?
Yeah. So that great opportunity to share, and I think a key theme that I share just around specifically Pacific is our value-based trade system. So a lot of it is the reciprocity, it's respect, it's relationship centered. So that was the key thing that I'd like to share that really resonated with a lot of the other Indigenous communities and leaders that were in there. They said they're from Pacific perspectives. I talked about the va, the te ule va, and it's in every aspect of our lives. So I kind of shared about how it's not confined to family and church. It's life. Every sacred relationship, every sacred space. So we take that everywhere we go. So I said, even as consultancy, that's how we operate as a business, and that's how we operate in trade. And I said, those are the things, if you kill the va with your various businesses that do exports, imports, then the relationship is meaningful, which inevitably means profits and other things go up too because there's a meaningful, effective relationship. So that was a key thing that I wanted to really share with the research, which they really took on, and as I advised, it really resonated with all our other Indigenous communities in there, which was a positive thing for Pacifica and for the lens and our broad view on how we see things.
And also being in Japan, in Osaka as well, there are so many things about the Japanese culture that really resonates with Pacific culture, Samoan culture, in terms of respect. You're looking after your elders, a sense of loyalty and pride. It's just been a really great experience to understand a little bit more about the Japanese and how they work with one another in terms of trade and business relationships as well. It's a deeply respectful culture. It's been great to be able to be hosted so well here as well.
I just want to touch on, I guess, after the expo. After this, how do you plan to, I guess, apply or what you've shared and learned to your work with Elika Consulting Group?
Yeah, I think key thing is because we're here, we're networking directly with other Indigenous communities outside of New Zealand. So we already have leads, which is really positive. So there's a particular way that we do our evaluations, our work, our strategies, and again, that really connected and resonated with the audience. So post this, we're already looking to do potentially a lot of work in Australia. It could be Canada as well, just around the type of work we do, the frameworks that we apply. So again, that's the beauty and I guess the benefit of coming to this because it's not just a talk fest. It's engaging, it's connecting, it's sharing ideas, it's having ideas land. Because once ideas land, then the talanoa, the dialogue happens. It's after. So it's after all these discussions. It's having time to socialize, and then to really connect, and then from there, that's when the business happens. And so we're already having discussions now. We've had discussions already with some of our counterparts, Aboriginal communities over there. So we're already connecting right now, which is positive, and that's something that we're looking to continue the momentum post Expo.
Yeah, and that's a really big thing, like Indigenous to Indigenous businesses worldwide has been building relationships and introducing who you are and having that face-to-face connection and just really understanding. I think one of the things for me has been looking at how the Pacific workforce that are in bigger countries like Australia and New Zealand can support Indigenous development in terms of those nations itself, because there's so many of us that are migrating around the world to the bigger countries, but what can Pacific as a workforce offer Indigenous to Indigenous owned businesses in those countries as well, because of the shared values, the shared connection around holistic development together, and intergenerational growth as well has been another sort of big connection too.
And just finally, what's your vision for Pacific Indigenous leadership and trade over the next 5 to 10 years?
I guess the vision really is just to be bold in terms of taking those values and integrating it into all aspects. So yes, we understand the for services and products and all those things. That's part of ability. So for example, a lot of people say, "Oh, sustainability is the financial sustainability. It's the ecological, economic." But for us, a lot of this sustainability is the relationships. Like, how do you keep those relations so strong that there's trust and there's trust and turbulence? Because as we all know, this current climate, this economic climate isn't getting any easier. And not just that, it's compounded by the climate, the actual environmental climate. So all these, I guess, these global trends that are impacting Pacific right now more than ever is a time to partner. As a partner and to keep our economies, keep our communities moving together.
For me, it's also about having integrity in how you do business as well. Like you really only get one chance to like introduce yourselves, make your pitch about your services that you offer, but also kind of following through and having integrity in the way you run your business. For us, excellence in our service delivery is really important as well. And so it's been, I think, encouraging for other Indigenous leaders here to know, there's a consulting firm that's Pacific owned, that are professionals, where our background is in law, and, they get really excited knowing that we can have heavy discussions about trade and policy that can really help support the growth of Indigenous business, but while also working within the system to make it work as well.
Thank you so much for your time this afternoon. I really appreciate it, Aotearoa noa, and safe travels back home after Osaka.
Thank you so much.